Megan, may I have a word? I'd like to mention about the trip.
Linda, it's been a while. What do you mean by the trip?
Is Keith off on Sunday before Christmas?
Yes, probably.
Then why don't we go to a mountain on that day?
A mountain?
Yes, I got a free ticket to stay at a villa there. It's going to expire by the end of the year, so I don't want to waste it.
But can you make a reservation a week in advance?
I just asked, and they said we could get a reservation for 4 people. Don't you think that's perfect?
4 people? Why 4 people?
What? Me, Fernando, Keith, and Daniel. The 4 of us.
What about me?
You have to prepare for Christmas, don't you? Decorating the room, shopping for presents.
What?
You have to come over to my house and clean up. You have a lot of work to do.
All by myself?
Of course. What are you talking about? When I got married, I had to prepare for Thanksgiving and Christmas all by myself. It was normal for a wife to prepare everything by herself.
But if the 4 of you guys are going to the villa, I'd like to stay here and finish the chores I can't normally do.
That's fine, but you've got to do things over here too. I'm looking forward to the Christmas party.
I can't say anything about that.
Why not? The relatives are coming to the party for Christmas too. If you don't clean up, Fernando will be embarrassed. You can clean our house as well while you're at it.
You don't have to do it right before Christmas, you know. You're at home every day.
Even if you do it now, you still have to clean up for Christmas, right? We live here every day, so it's only natural that there will be dust.
Then how about ordering some food for Christmas? There are lots of delicious frozen pizza and pasta.
Huh? You want your guests to eat frozen food? Are you serious?
We had it at my parents' house last Christmas, and it looked good and tasted delicious. We enjoyed it, so it was like we killed 3 birds with 1 stone. Everyone was so happy and amazed by the technology.
That's very embarrassing. Even if it was good for you guys, I won't allow it in my house.
But I can't cook like you.
I don't expect that much from you from the beginning. Besides, I'll buy the meat and fish, so all you have to do is to cook. You're a housewife. You should be able to do it.
Well, even if you say so.
I'll have the ingredients ready, and I'll write down the recipe. No matter how bad of a cook you are, you can do it, right?
I'm not confident. Is that okay?
You know what? You're not a guest forever. This is a good opportunity. So from now on, I'm going to leave the Christmas preparations to you.
What? From now on? Forever?
Yes, I've spoiled you too much. You only come once in a while, and since Daniel is still young, I didn't say anything. But it's time for you to do your duty as a wife.
Well, I don't think you've spoiled me.
I'm sure Daniel is getting old. Keith can play with him, so you have time.
I don't.
Anyway, not only Christmas, but I'll also ask you to do the cooking and cleaning next time you come to my house.
Fine. I will discuss with Keith about our plan before and after Christmas, and I'll let you know.
Hey, what did you tell my husband?
I heard Keith was talking to him, so I didn't talk to him directly.
But you told him that I'm leaving you out, right? Why did you say like that?
I didn't say it.
You probably acted like a victim in front of Keith, huh? Everyone's making me the bad one. It's very annoying.
Wait. Keith told me that you guys are going to the mountain and we can order frozen Christmas food.
I can't believe that Fernando said he'd rather order frozen party food.
But it seems like he had eaten it before at his company, and he said it was pretty good.
At his company?
Yes, Perhaps someone brought it during holiday season. Maybe a young coworker ordered it.
How come you know about it and I don't? Are you trying to leave me out?
Not like that, but I think Keith just happened to hear it from him. I didn't hear it directly from him either.
Fine. You've been sneaking around like that. Keith and Fernando never did that before.
Huh? Are you trying to say that it's my fault?
That's right. It's your fault. After Keith married you, he tended not to talk to me. He changed somehow.
What? Why is it my fault?
It's only natural in this situation. Even when he comes to our house, he and Fernando talk together without me. I'm always left out.
I think that's because he looks at his father differently now that he's also a father. Maybe because he's not a child anymore.
See? You talk so bossy. I haven't heard that either.
I don't know, but
before he got married, he used to tell me everything.
Well, he got married and left home, so isn't this natural? You guys don't see each other that often.
Huh? Even if we don't live together, I'm his mother. You have a son too, so you know that, right?
But my son is only 4 years old.
A child is a child no matter how old he is. You need to keep your mouth shut. When he grows up and brings his wife, you'll understand how I feel.
Well, I won't know until then.
Megan, about the party meals, let's cook it properly from next year.
What's wrong all of a sudden? The guests said it was delicious, right?
Well, I just had tea with my friends and they laughed when I told them we had frozen food for the party.
Huh? What's so funny?
It means that they felt sorry for me because I have such a wife. It made me kind of miserable too. You and I were there, but we had a frozen meal.
But you said it was delicious too, and you ate the most, right?
Hey, I care about everyone, so how can I say it tasted bad? I knew that if I told the truth, it would ruin the mood. It would ruin the Christmas party, right?
Well, it didn't look so to me.
You don't show it to everyone if you're an adult. Even Fernando ate less than usual. Maybe it didn't taste good after all.
I think it's because he ate a lot of pizza.
That's not true. He usually eats a lot of pizza, chicken, and others. And this year, he didn't even eat the cake.
But he was concerned about your diet restrictions.
He doesn't have to since he's eating my handmade food. Maybe he was just going along with the relatives.
I hope so.
Anyway, cook properly from next year, okay? No more ordering. Hey, how about we go on a trip for a night during the upcoming holiday?
To where?
Well, my friend told me that there is a nice hotel in San Diego. I heard that they have a good service and all 3 generations can enjoy there. It sounds refreshing and fun, doesn't it?
Wow, that sounds great. We should definitely go.
Good. Well, I'll ask my friend and make a reservation.
Thank you. Linda, I'll pick you up tomorrow at 9.
About that?
What's wrong?
Megan, will you stay at my home?
Huh? Why?
I heard there's only room for 4 available.
4 adults, right? Daniel is only 4 years old, so he can sleep with me. I don't think that will be a problem.
That's not all. Also, I need you to stay home tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Why should I?
I promised my friend to lend her party dress. She needs it tomorrow evening. I can't suddenly tell her that I can't, right?
Then why don't you deliver it before you go on the trip?
It seems like she's busy. I can't just visit her suddenly, right? I'd like to give it to her when she is free. Probably she doesn't have much time, so...
Then why don't you just leave it on the doorstep?
It's expensive. And there's pearl jewelry too. I can't be so careless. Someone can steal it too. I understand your feelings though. The hotel room might be small, and if you could stay here, everything would work out.
But I want to go this time too. I want to refresh myself.
I said I understand how you feel. But, you know, this is a family trip. You're like an extra, right?
What? I'm the extra? I'm your family too.
I guess, but it's an opportunity for me, my husband, my son, and my grandson to go on a family trip. We can have fun without worrying about anything. You should be a little more considerate.
What is a family to you?
Even if you are my son's wife, you're just a stranger to me. You're not a family to me.
Linda, that's not very nice.
But it's true. If you were a considerate wife, I might have a little more compassion for you, but you're not that level yet, Megan. You talk back a lot.
I see. I understand. In that case, you guys go enjoy as a family tomorrow. I'll pass.
Oh, that's unusual. You're being very understanding this time. I'm so surprised.
I'll explain the situation to Keith.
Don't talk bad about me again.
I won't. I'll just tell him the facts.
Okay. Well, I'll leave it to you. Megan, why aren't you here? If you don't come, my friend will be in trouble. Didn't I tell you that she's coming to get the dress?
You didn't hear from Keith? He said he'll wait at home until your friend comes to get the dress. He said we could leave then.
If we do that, we don't know what time it will be.
But Fernando and Keith said that if she's using it tonight, it won't be that late.
You even talked to Fernando again? You're really good at controlling him, aren't you? You're such a...
No, I didn't talk to him. I just showed Keith the messages I got from you yesterday.
I told you not to do anything unnecessary.
That's why I made sure not to make a mistake by showing him what we talked about, word for word. I told him the truth. I didn't do anything else.
That's what you call unnecessary things.
Unnecessary things are when you talk about things you actually didn't say or when you speculate, right? Telling the truth is not unnecessary.
Oh God, shut up! I don't want to hear you quibble. Just get your ass over here. I want to leave now.
So you don't care about your friend?
All you have to do is to show up. I told you to stay home.
It'll take about an hour if I take the train. Your friend will be here in the meantime, right? Wouldn't that be perfect time?
God, if we don't hurry, we'll be late for the lunch reservation.
You even have a reservation for lunch?
The friend who recommended the hotel to me introduced me to a great place. If we're late, we won't be able to have lunch.
Well then, I hope your friend will come soon to pick up your dress. Why don't you call and tell her the situation?
I'm saying you come right now. Hurry up.
Sorry, I'm doing the laundry, so I won't be able to get out for a while. I'll come when I finish it.
You really are a useless wife. You'll ruin our trip.
Then why don't you just have your friend come over as soon as possible?
That's enough. We're leaving.
Oh, what about the dress?
Whatever. Either way, I can go on a trip without you, so that's good enough for me.
You just wanted to go on a trip without me from the beginning, right? That whole dress story was a lie. As long as I don't go, the reason doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter anymore. Whatever. Megan, you're not coming anyway, right?
That's right. I won't go.
That's fine. I'll explain to Keith that she borrowed the dress from another friend. This time, stay quiet. You always say unnecessary things.
Hey, Linda, you don't have to lie anymore.
But he's worried about the dress. It's none of your business. Shut up!
Is that so? But I'm forwarding these messages to Keith.
Huh?
Keith knew it was probably just an excuse to keep me at home. He said that all of your friends have totally different body types, so that story itself was strange. Your son is wonderful. He knows you very well.
I have some friends that he doesn't know about. She is a friend who became close recently.
Well, he already knows it's a lie, so does it matter? Just tell the truth.
Hey, Fernando is mad at me.
Ah. Keith showed him. Just so you know, I didn't do anything.
I don't know, but he keeps telling me to stay at home. What's going on?
Well, if he says so, are you going to stay home?
That's terrible. Why do I have to stay here? I was looking forward to it the most.
It can't be helped. You made it up. You deserve it.
Hey, don't talk nonsense. Megan, tell him to go enjoy as a family. You pass.
I don't want to. Besides, Keith just told me to get ready because he's going out with a family.
What do you mean? So, you're going too?
No, I'm going on a trip with Fernando, Keith, me, and Daniel. We don't want to waste the reservation, you know. He said we should have fun as a family.
What about me? I made the reservation.
I don't know. I'm a stranger to you, you know. I didn't hear anything.
Hey, it doesn't matter if the room is small. Let's go as a family trip, okay? I'll allow you to join us.
No, Fernando wants to go without you today. So we'll go as a family of 4.
Hey, what do you mean? He is my husband. Don't take him without permission. I won't forgive you.
I explained to Keith all the previous harassment from Linda. This time, I got him to teach her a lesson. And Fernando was also quite angry at her words, and he even told her that if she continued to disrespect me any longer, he would divorce her. I am truly grateful to my husband and father-in-law for their kindness. On the other hand, my mother-in-law, who could not accept the divorce, has recently become very quiet. But actually, I can't forgive her for calling me a stranger. So I will continue to keep the messages and voice as evidence and be ready and wait to refute her at any time. Am I a mean wife? However, the hotel which Linda's friend introduced her to was more than perfect, and I am thankful that I was able to relieve stress for the first time in a long time. It was definitely a relaxing experience, both physically and mentally. Well, I was most grateful for the absence of my noisy mother-in-law, though.
Melody, why aren't you answering the phone? You're not busy anyway. Answer the phone.
You called me? Was it urgent? I had an important meeting at work. What's up?
I left my files at home and I need them at work. I left them on my desk last night after working on my computer, so you'll know where they are. You need to bring it to me right now.
What? I just had that important meeting and I couldn't answer the phone. Of course I'm at work, so there's no way I can go.
A meeting? LOL. What kind of meeting is worth your income? I have more important work than you. With your low income position, they won't notice if you left the company for a bit.
Low income? Isn't that too harsh? It's not as low as you think. I don't think we're that different. It depends on how much I work overtime, but our difference is about $200.
Are you stupid? $200 is a big difference. Just admit the fact. Besides, you know what? I put in more money for living expenses than you do, and I'm the breadwinner of the family, so you should know who you are. I'm better than you, right?
Huh? Is there such a thing as higher or lower position in a married couple? We are a family.
Family? That's fine, but there's still a difference. I'm the head of the family. You're in a lower position than me. Anyway, just go and get me my files. Unlike you, I'm using them for an important afternoon meeting. This is not for fun.
No, no, no. I'm not working for fun either. I have a business meeting with a client. You're the one who forgot them, so do something about it yourself.
Are you kidding me? Who do you think you are, Melody?
That's my word. I do all the housework. So if you consider what I do, I'm working more than you in terms of labor. Think about it and don't be bossy.
What are you joking? LOL. Which one of us is the bossy one? Women do the housework, that's obvious. I mean, you won't get paid for housework. Don't quibble just because you make less than me.
It's going to be a big problem if you say like that nowadays, you know? Your brain is that level even though you work. If you're acting like that at work, you're gonna get in trouble.
Who are you talking to? I'm your husband. You want to get divorced by being bossy?
You're the one who'll be in trouble if I divorce you. You can't do anything about the house. You don't even know where things are.
You'd be in trouble too. You're able to make a living because of my earnings. What are you going to do when I'm gone? You'll cry.
Hey, aren't married couples supposed to support each other equally?
I'm putting in enough money to live on.
I'm putting in my own money too. I'm not depending on you.
I put in more than you do, so you're able to live.
Do you know how much more you put in?
I don't care how much. It's true that I put in more.
We're going around in circles and it's making me sick.
Oh, that's good. Then you can leave work early and go home. You should just leave early from the beginning and bring me my files.
You're worried about your own stuff instead of your wife who's not feeling well. What the hell? I didn't marry you to be your housekeeper. This kind of conversation makes me wonder why I married you.
Of course, it's because I was old enough to get married and you wanted to get married too.
You got married because I wanted to? And how about you?
Well, I was old enough to get married and I thought maybe marriage would make things easier.
Is that about the housework? Am I a thing? It doesn't sound like I'm a wife. I'm a housekeeper.
I never said that. You're being paranoid. I mean, same to you. You think I'm your convenient wallet, huh?
I never thought of you that way.
Who knows? My colleagues say women are good at acting.
That's so disrespectful to women. You're talking against all the women in the world. There are plenty of women who make more money than men.
But you don't make more money than me.
Your attitude has changed like that lately, huh? Is it because of that coworker? You never said anything about my income before.
No, I was just being too nice to you. My colleague recently got divorced and his ex-wife, who worked part-time, was spending her entire salary on herself and making ends meet on his salary. And then she gradually stopped doing housework. He advised me not to let that happen to me.
I have a full-time job. I work as much as you do, and I do all the housework.
For now, right? But you never know what will happen in the future. So we have to clarify who is in the higher position.
Are you serious? I like my job. That's why I keep working. What happens when you say you don't know what's going to happen in the future?
It's a life where you have no respect for me, where you don't do the housework, where you do whatever you want.
Do you think all the wives in the world are like your coworker's ex-wife? I have a full-time job to begin with, and I have no intention of quitting. Why do I have to be compared with her? Don't be rude and assume that all women are like that.
That's how women are.
If you're going to be so old-fashioned, then show me you make more money than I do so that you can make a difference in position.
You're an idiot. You're too old-fashioned to think that way.
That's a complete double standard. Don't be so easy.
What's so easy about it? I'm working so hard.
All you do is work.
You have no idea how hard it is.
I'm working too. If you take your job seriously, you wouldn't forget things. How sloppy. You're half-assed and sloppy, you know that?
Who's half-assed?
My husband, Thomas, I'm afraid. He doesn't even make as much as a celebrity. He's not even close to me, and he acts like he's a king.
I make more than you.
Yes, $200, LOL. Is that the only way you can protect your identity?
Don't talk nonsense. I'm seriously going to divorce you if you keep being bossy.
You think I'll obey you if you say so? You don't have any guts.
So do you.
If you have time to chat like this, go home and pick up what you forgot.
I'm busy. Why should I go back home?
Because you left them at home?
You bring them. Think about it. Your office is closer to home.
I'm busy too. Going back home, go to your office, and then back to my own office? Too irrational. Are you going to give me money for a cab?
There's no way I can be that wasteful.
You're now being stingy. Then I can't. I have work too.
You are stingy. You're more stingy with your love than I am with the money, aren't you? This was your chance to be a good wife. That's enough. If the meeting doesn't go well, it's your fault. You won't support your husband. Poor me.
How can you say that? No, it's clearly your fault.
We'll talk about this when I get back. Be prepared.
If you do anything mean, I'll call my dad and brother.
That's not fair.
That's my word. You tried to use me for your own reasons. Why do you have to be mad at me?
I don't give a shit about you anymore.
Blah, blah. Do what you want. Good luck at the meeting. Thomas, what's for dinner tonight? Will you cook? Oh, and do the laundry too.
Huh? What's wrong with you? Why should I, who earn more money than you, do the housework? It's your job.
Sorry, I got promoted.
What? That means you earn more? How much?
Ding dong! $500 more than you do, but it'll be more if you include overtime.
You're kidding. I can't believe you got promoted. How did you cheat?
Idiot! I didn't cheat. You know it's my real ability. Unlike you, I've been working hard every day. Well, I make more money than you do, so you'll do all the housework from now on, right?
What are you talking about? It's just $500.
Oh, who was complaining the other day about the $200 difference in salary?
A man do the housework? I'm busy at work too.
Don't make me say it again. I'm busy too. I work the same hours as you do. And yet, I make more money than you do. So, according to what you've been saying, you should be the one doing the housework, right?
That can't be. How can your salary go up that suddenly?
I've been working and studying for my qualification. While you were being lazy at home, I was studying hard.
You kept it a secret? I didn't even know.
I'm sure you didn't notice. You were just giving me orders, drinking alcohol, and watching TV. You didn't even look at me, did you? You didn't care what I did. You didn't care about the housekeeper who cooked your meals, cleaned your house, and did your laundry.
That's misunderstanding. I didn't say anything like that.
That's what you mean. So from now on, we're reversing positions.
Doing the housework is not my job. I can't cook. Are you going to eat burnt meat?
I'm not going to eat that. Why don't you take a cooking class?
I can't. I'm too busy at work. I don't have time for that.
You and we work the same hours. I was able to do it, so there's no way you can't.
I said I can't do it.
Then we're getting divorced.
What?
I've been thinking about it for a while. You mentioned it the other day too, right? I'm good with it too, so let's get divorced.
No, I didn't really mean it.
You were not really thinking about getting divorced, but the word divorce came up. See, I told you, you used the word divorce to get me to listen to you. How awful.
That was because you wouldn't listen to me, so I had no choice.
That means you wanted me to obey you, right? How is that even possible for a couple?
You could have just been nice and listened to me. Anyway, I'm not getting divorced.
Okay then, I'll have a lawyer. I still have your messages saying you will divorce me.
That's not fair.
You should really think about who is not fair. You just act like a big jerk and don't even do the housework, and all you do is make morally harassing comments. Aren't you the one who's not fair?
So you want me to help out a little with the housework?
I'm sorry, what? Did you say you'll help? Who do you think chores are for? It's for our lives, right? Help is wrong. We're supposed to share completely.
But housework is a woman's job.
How persistent. Are you going to pay me for doing the housework?
Why should I do that? Where in the world are there housewives like that?
Every housewife in the world does housework for her family, even if she doesn't get paid for it. Even though they work full-time or part-time or complete housewife, but the husband supports the wife.
That's why I'm working and earning money.
I told you I make more money than you.
I'm putting in a little more money for living expenses. You're so picky.
Don't you get it yet? We both work. You say you put more money into our living expenses, but after all, if we go out to eat, I pay for it. So it doesn't mean that you're paying more. We pay for each other's living expenses for the sake of our own lives, not for yourself.
So what?
So that means I get no support from you. This is just an exploitation of love, right? You push me to do everything. I wanted your feelings, not money. I wanted a support with your thoughts. I've totally lost feelings for you in the last few months, and I'm tired of doing all the housework.
Don't just give up.
I don't even want to talk to you anymore. You need to talk to a lawyer about the divorce. And please, talk about the division of property and so on. I'm going to stay at my sister's for the time being with my necessary things.
Wait a minute. Don't decide on your own. My opinion is,
that's enough. Me. It's always about you. I want to get divorced. That's all. If you want to talk about you, go and talk to a lawyer. Well, if he would listen to you.
Wait a minute, Melody. It's all because of my colleague. I was measuring your love. Sorry.
Now you're blaming others. Not your fault. Last time, it was my fault because I didn't deliver something you forgot, right? It's always someone else's fault. I don't want to spend my life with someone like that.
I'm sorry I blamed you. That's not what I meant. Hey, I was in such a hurry that I lost my mind. I beg you, please reconsider.
I'm sorry. I don't understand. You're just saying sorry to protect your poor self. Ew. I just want to get divorced and feel refreshed. Goodbye.
Wait, Melody. Don't be so stubborn. If we get divorced, I'll be all alone. I won't be able to eat your food. Without you, I don't know where everything is. I'll help you. No, I'll do the housework. I got an idea. At least stay with me and teach me until I can live on my own, okay? Show me how, please. Hey, Melody, say something.
Thomas contacted me several times after that, but I did not reply to any of his messages. And after a month with a lawyer in between, the divorce was finalized. The divorce did not go smoothly, and he was as whiny as a child. At the end, our parents had to convince him. Now that we are divorced, I'm able to get more salary and I'm working positively to improve myself more. Has my standard of living gone down? No, not at all. On the contrary, it is much more relaxed. I realized this after the divorce, but he said he was paying more for living expenses than I was. But in reality, I think I was bearing more of the burden. Well, we were able to adjust it by dividing the property, so I have no complaints. Unlike me, who has become physically and mentally healthy, Thomas is unable to do housework. And I heard that he returned to his parents' home because he had a trouble with his work and his salary had dropped.
Can I have a minute? I have something to discuss with you. What is it? I'm at work right now, so please make it quick. You're working today? Even though it's Sunday? Yeah, it's the opening day of the store we've been preparing for a while. I'm here to check the operations of the shop. Working like a slave? Is that the latest trend? You'll get sick if you keep working like that. You should quit right now and get a job in your hometown. You can commute from your parents' house if you do that. What are you talking about? I'm not gonna do that. You haven't come back home at all lately. Maybe it's because your company is making you work during weekends too. I know you're busy, but it's definitely a nasty company if they make you work that hard. You don't have to worry about that. The company is allowing me to use some substitute days off anyway. It's not only work that keeps me busy, but I also have plans on my days off too. I can't believe you have plans on your day off. Your wife Nicole is really pushing you around, isn't she? What a terrible wife. You're being so nice to her and she's taking advantage of you. Stop talking nonsense about my workplace and Nicole. It's my day off. What's wrong with me making plans with my own wife? Family time is my top priority. I feel sorry for you since you can't even relax on your day off. That's not what I'm saying. I want to go out with Nicole on my day off. I can relax whenever I'm together with her. Poor thing! Looks like you've been brainwashed to think that way. Huh? What do you mean? Nicole makes you work hard at a nasty company. Then, she also brainwashed you to go out with her on your days off. What a horrible woman! How can that be? You've been acting really strange these days, Edward. The last time you came to your parents' house was during New Year, and it was only a day trip. What's the point of going home if you can't even stay overnight? You know how much I miss you, don't you? That's because you're always sarcastic to Nicole. I know how bad you've been treating her when I'm not around. If you keep doing that kind of nasty thing to her, why are you expecting me to go back home? I have no idea what you're talking about. I never said anything sarcastic to Nicole. The food she cooked tastes nothing like what we have at home. I felt sorry for you that you need to eat that kind of food. I was just trying to show her how to cook with the proper seasonings. It's not sarcasm, it's kindness. I don't think so. Nicole's cooking is delicious. Even Dad liked it. You're just jealous of her, aren't you? That's why you decided to complain about whatever she does? It's not a matter of liking the cooking or not. It's not acceptable for a daughter-in-law to cook in her own way. I just did what I had to do. Why is it not acceptable for my wife to cook in her own way? Nicole is married to me and she doesn't need anyone's permission to cook. What? I can't believe you just talked to me like that. I'm sure that you've been brainwashed by Nicole. It's really sad. What's this brainwashing you're talking about? Nicole can't brainwash anyone. No, you've been brainwashed by her. I can't just stand by and do nothing to help you. I'm your mother. I will help you to return to your normal way of thinking. From today, I'll be moving in with you. I have to discipline your wife properly. Seriously? If I stay with you, you won't be brainwashed by Nicole. You'll be able to think in a normal way. Then you will realize the pointlessness of being married to your wife. She's just an incompetent wife. If we live together, I can be your shield and protect you. Your plan is just crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to help you, but you don't understand. You've lost the ability to understand human kindness because you've been brainwashed. Anyway, I'm going to go there now, so wait for me. No, I'm not allowing you to do that. Don't come, okay? It's not nice when you do things on your own. We don't have any extra room here. Also, what about Dad? You can't just leave him alone. Your dad is useless. I don't need him. I knew it. Male parents are no good since they didn't go through the pain of childbirth. No matter how many times I told him that something was wrong with you, he wouldn't believe me. He's really incompetent. Why would he believe you? There's nothing wrong with me anyway. I think Dad is perfectly sane. How can he be sane? Anyway, I'm going to move in with you and protect you from Nicole. Eventually, after you're free from the brainwash, you need to get a divorce. Oh, come on. Give me a break, Mom. I don't understand your way of thinking. I'm telling you, if you come over to my house, there's no room for you. That's okay. There's one room occupied by Nicole. I'll use that room. It's appalling that she's occupying that room just because she's your wife. That room is not Nicole's room. We don't have kids now, so we use it as a workroom. It's not going to be your room. Don't worry about it. I'm going to save you, my dear son. Just wait for me. Edward, can I talk to you now?
What do you want?
I just came to your house, but I don't see anyone there. Can you tell me what's going on?
What?
Your house is empty. Why is it empty?
Huh? I didn't think you'd actually come.
Why not? It's obvious, isn't it? Why is nobody here?
Oh, we moved out of that place a month ago.
Really?
That place was a rental property. Also, the rent was expensive.
Rental property? It was a detached house, wasn't it? I thought you bought that.
You can find many detached houses as rental properties out there.
But why did you move out?
The landlord let us rent the property while he was on a job transfer. Now he's coming back and moving in with his parents. So he's going to rebuild the house into a duplex. That's why we had to move out.
What? You mean you got evicted? What a landlord! It's terrible that he evicted you for his own reasons. That's unforgivable, even if it's just a rental property.
No, it's not that. The lease was up for renewal, so the contract was about to expire. We were planning to leave at this time too.
Then why didn't you tell me? I'm here now. I'm moving in with you, so I have a lot of stuff with me. What am I supposed to do with my stuff?
I don't know anything about that. I told you not to come because there's no room. But you didn't listen to me. You came there on your own.
Because you didn't tell me that you've moved out. Nicole must have put you up to this too. What a horrible wife she is.
No, it's not Nicole's fault. I told her not to tell you.
What? Why?
2 months ago, you made a duplicate key to my house without my permission and broke in several times. I'm not going to let you do that ever again.
What are you talking about?
At first, I thought it was a burglar. I was seriously going to call the cops. I'm just glad that I realized it quickly.
Call the cops?
It's obvious, right? I came home to find all of Nicole's stuff thrown away. Besides, all of the photos with Nicole in it had been ripped out. I knew it was you right away because it was only Nicole's face that got ripped out. There's only one person who would do something like that. Still, it's trespassing. So you could get arrested if I reported to the police. Nicole stopped me from reporting to the police, you know. You should be grateful for that.
You talk as if Nicole was trying to protect me.
Actually, that's true. You didn't get arrested because Nicole was kind enough to prevent me from reporting you to the police.
I didn't do any trespassing. I'm your mother. What's wrong with me entering my son's house?
If you enter your son's house without permission, you are trespassing. And I can't believe you'd make a duplicate key without telling me. Isn't that a crime? After I changed the locks, you stopped coming. That's one of the reasons I moved out from that house so quickly.
Then where's your new address?
Of course I won't tell you. I'll never tell you.
I can't help you if you don't tell me your new address. You've changed the locks and even moved to a new place. I know that Nicole brainwashed you. I have to protect you from her as soon as possible. Oh, what am I going to do?
I'm scared already. Stop it, will you?
I know that you must be scared. That's why I'm going to help you as soon as I can. Nicole is a horrible person.
Don't get me wrong. I'm scared of you, Mom.
Me? Why? I'm just trying to protect you.
How can Nicole brainwash me? She's my precious one. I'm afraid of you, Mom. You are thinking so absurdly. I should have done this a long time ago.
Do what?
I'm going to distance myself from you.
What do you mean by that?
I don't want anything to do with you anymore. I'm afraid that you'll do more nasty things to me and Nicole.
What are you talking about? Don't tell me that your wife made you say that too. That's brainwashing.
For heaven's sake, it's my own intention, Mom. I've always hated you for being a control freak, but lately it seems that you've gone too far. To be honest, I don't want to be involved with you anymore.
What are you talking about? It's a mother's duty to worry about her only son. What's wrong with that?
It's nice of you to worry about me, but there's a limit, right? I'm already married.
There's no limit to how much I love my son. It's infinite love.
I'm speechless. Anyway, there's no one in that house anymore, so why don't you go home?
I'm not going home. You'll come and pick me up, right?
I can't.
The movers left all my stuff behind.
I didn't know that you came with all your stuff. Anyway, go home on your own. Send your stuff back now.
No, you're my sweet boy. I believe that you'll definitely come. Mom will be here waiting for you.
Suit yourself.
Edward, you still haven't picked me up yet. It's getting dark around here.
I told you I'm not picking you up. I'm sorry, but I don't live close enough to pick you up.
What? Where do you live now? Far away from here?
I won't give you a detailed address, but it's quite far away from the town we lived.
Your wife took you out to such a place? What a horrible thing to do. I can't forgive her.
That's enough. I told you that Nicole has nothing to do with this. It's my decision. You're always blaming my wife. Nicole cared about you, okay? Don't you understand that?
No, that's not possible. She brainwashed you.
You know what? I'm the one who didn't want to live with you.
Why? Nicole made you tell me, didn't she?
That's not true. I absolutely didn't want to live with you, Mom. I've always hated your over-involvement in my life. Nicole cares about my feelings.
Over-involvement means that I care about you, Edward. I'm always thinking about you on top of everything.
I'm glad you're worried about me, but I'm already in my 30s, okay? How long are you going to treat me like an elementary school kid? I hate it when you do that. That's why I left home right after I entered college. You still don't get it, do you?
I can't believe that.
Even after I got married, I wanted to avoid living together with you as much as possible. But I'm the eldest son, and I knew I'd have to eventually live with you. Unfortunately, after what you've done to Nicole and me in the past, I absolutely can't think about living together with you anymore.
Oh no! What did I do?
After we got married, every time I came back home with Nicole, all you did was being sarcastic and bullied my wife. Nicole put up with it. Even when I warned you, you wouldn't change your attitude at all. If you keep behaving badly like that, even if we moved in together, Nicole would have a hard time. I don't want to put my wife through that kind of pain. That's why I don't want to live with you anymore.
You're abandoning me for Nicole? For a woman like that?
I was gonna do that, but Nicole said that you would be lonely. She said it would be okay if we moved in together with you. You were being so sarcastic to Nicole, and yet it's her who worries about you. Nicole is really a sweet person.
I didn't know that Nicole agreed for me to move in with both of you. Seems that your wife has some good points too. Well, you should let me live together with you then.
Now I have a change of heart.
What do you mean? Why are you moving out of the town if you're planning to live together with me in the first place? Did you get a house for us to live together? If so, that's fine, right?
I wonder why you keep saying that like a broken record. I don't want to live with you anymore.
What?
The trespassing incident 2 months ago caused Nicole to run out of patience.
That wasn't me. I didn't trespass.
Are you sure?
Yes, it must have been a burglar.
The burglar didn't take anything valuable anyway.
That's good. You were lucky.
But Nicole's stuff was in a mess. Most of her clothes were shredded and not in very good condition.
Maybe it was just a case of not having anything to steal, and the burglar was just frustrated. I think I can understand that.
You don't understand at all. It wasn't about stealing from the beginning.
I don't think so.
You just wanted to make a mess of Nicole's stuff, didn't you? Because that would make you feel better.
I told you that wasn't me.
Okay, if you're going to pretend that you know nothing about it, that's fine. I'll file a police report.
Police?
That's right. If it's a burglar, they need to find the culprit. I can't guarantee that there won't be a similar case in the future.
You shouldn't go that far, Edward.
You think so?
Because nothing was stolen, right? That's not even enough to get the police to act.
Trespassing and damage to property are enough for the police to start their investigation.
But you don't live in that house anymore. It's pointless to call the police now, isn't it?
I have photographic evidence with me. I know we've moved out, but they can still take some fingerprints and stuff like that.
But...
Now what? A burglar entered my house. Don't you worry about me?
I'm worried about you, but...
I'll report it to the police.
No, you can't do that.
Why not?
It was me who entered your house.
I know.
I was just trying to clean the house a little bit by getting rid of some stuff. I wasn't trespassing.
You were cleaning the house?
That's right. It's cleaner than before, don't you think so?
Do you think that tearing Nicole's things apart is cleaning?
Because with her stuff, there was no space at all for you. I felt sorry for that. Now you have more space in your house. She really is a terrible wife.
I'm not really into clothes, so I have less space. I don't need you to clean my house. Among the clothes you shredded, there was a very precious dress that Nicole's mother had given to her. What are you going to do about it?
I didn't know about that. If it's so important, why don't you just put it in a wardrobe case? That's what happens when you keep things in a messy storage.
She kept it in the closet with care. That's why she thought she couldn't think of living with you anymore. You ripped up everything that was important to her. Nicole has done her best in putting up with all your bad behaviors all this time.
Oh no!
So now, the only person who encouraged me to move in with you has changed her mind. You can't move in with me. Living together with you is out of the question now.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know Nicole cared so much about me. I apologize for what I've done to her. You have to convince her for me, Edward.
It's too late for that now.
If it's just a dress, I'll pay for it. I'll buy her any dress she desires.
You can't reimburse her for that.
Why not?
It was a handmade dress done by Nicole's mother who sewed professionally. You won't be able to find the same dress in this entire world.
Then why don't you have Nicole's mother sew it again? It's so easy, right?
Did you forget? She had a stroke last year. She can't sew anymore.
Oh, is that so?
I can't believe you forgot about that. Fortunately, she survived, but she's paralyzed and can't sew anymore. So it was the last dress my mother-in-law made for Nicole. That's why she treasured it.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again, I promise. So forgive me.
I can't. It's too late.
Just pick me up, will you? How long are you going to leave me alone here?
I told you, I'm not close enough to pick you up.
Then what am I supposed to do?
I don't know, but I just called Dad. He's upset too, so he said that he won't pick you up.
No way!
He told me that you shouldn't come back home since you've brought all your stuff with you and went out.
No kidding! I'm in trouble!
Good for you. You said that you don't need him because he's useless, didn't you? You're free to live on your own now. You'll never get another chance like this in the future.
You're wrong! Edward, you will forgive me, won't you?
I'm not going to forgive you either.
I'm so sorry! I really haven't been a good mother to you. But I promise that I'm not going to mess with you guys anymore. I'll give up living with you, so please, forgive me. That's all I ask for.
It's too late for everything. You were trespassing and tearing up Nicole's stuff. You are such a heartless woman. All you've done was a crime.
I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry.
It was you who tried to brainwash me, not my wife. In fact, Nicole was the one who thought the most about you. She was always protecting you.
I understood. I'm sorry. So will you forgive me? Please, just tell me where you live now.
You took advantage of me because I was nice to you. I'll make it clear now. I don't want to be involved with you ever again. All I have now is a heart full of anger against you that will last for eternity. Mom was waiting for me to pick her up for a long time. But of course, she never got picked up. She stayed in front of an abandoned house with a lot of luggage. The scene must have been bizarre for anyone to see. The next day, the neighbors reported to the police that there's a suspicious person standing in front of the vacant house. The police had just taken her away, and my dad came to pick her up. I felt sorry for my dad. My wife has given Mom a chance to move in with us together, but she wasted it by conducting such a selfish behavior. So she's now regretting what she has done every single day.
Hey, Isabel, before I tell you every single time, you paid the bill, right? Hello, Nancy. Bill? What are you talking about? Don't be silly. I left the credit card bill at the entrance so that you can notice. Yes, you left an envelope. Don't worry, I didn't open it. Oh God, you wasted my thoughtfulness, and what, are you trying to harass your mother-in-law? Huh? Harassing you? What kind of thoughtfulness was it? The envelope was under your name. I would look at it if it was addressed to me or Sean, but I would never look at an envelope addressed to you. I put it where you could see it on purpose. It's your job to read my intentions. I'm trying to let you know in a roundabout way to express how much I care about you, but you're not a good wife if you ignore that kindness. You don't understand unless I tell you straight out. Anyway, please transfer $1,000 in my bank account as soon as possible. $1,000? Nancy, what did you spend that much amount on? I went out for a French course dinner with Sean and John, my two lovely sons. And I also bought some new clothes, so that's a total payment of $1,000. Huh? I haven't heard anything from Sean, not my business. I thought I should give Sean a gift for quitting job and John for getting a job. It's a celebration for my beloved sons. I'm sure he didn't tell you out of concern for you. He must be scared of you. If you want to be a good wife, just shut up and transfer $1,000. It's not like I wanted you to ask me out too, but this is too much. I mean, this is such a waste of money and we have our lives to live. I can't pay you. Well, what a heartless person. You don't do any housework or take care of Sean, and you dare to stand up against your family. Why did he marry such a hopeless person like you? Excuse me, I do housework like cleaning and laundry. I can't cook dinner because of work, but I cook meals for a week on the weekends. Shut up. Don't make excuses like that and admit what I say. Meals? Oh, that disgusting looking object. Are you asking me to eat that thing? You've got to be kidding me. Nancy, that's too much. I have to work every day and do housework on my days off, and I'm doing the best as I can to cook meals. If you don't like it that much, I'd appreciate it if you could cook for us once in a while since you don't have a job. Well, you want a mother-in-law to cook for you. You should know who I am. You're so brazen, you dare to use me? You're a truck driver, aren't you? Is it because you work with men that you have such a big attitude? You're a truck driver woman, but you're not good enough. You're not strong enough. How can you work? Nancy, that's old-fashioned. These days, my company has a lot of female staff, and they do less physical work. By the way, I heard that John got a job at a transportation company. Oh, you knew. He got a job at Shooting Star Transportation, a famous local company. It's different from the low-class transportation companies where an incompetent people like you would work. No matter how useless I am, it doesn't mean that the company is also low-class. You're really a person who never stops talking. You are a useless and incompetent wife, that's all. Just shut up and listen to me. Anyway, transfer $1,000 to my account as soon as possible. Also, I have to eat delivery food every night because of your tasteless leftovers. Make sure you transfer an additional $500, understand? I mean, that's not enough, not even close. That's more than what we pay for our own food. We can't afford that much. It's the money you guys spend, so please pay by yourselves. I'm giving you a chance to be a good wife because you're useless, so why don't you thank me? If you can't even do that, then I can't help you anymore. If you despise the feelings of family, I will ask you to leave this house. I'll talk to Sean about it. What's the point? Even if you talk to that boy, my orders are absolute. Even he will agree with me. I'm in a hurry too. If you haven't made the transfer by tomorrow, be prepared. I'll punish you severely. Hey, Sean, can I talk to you about something? What is it? Your mother wants me to pay her $1,500 of her credit card bill and the food expense. What? $1,500? But no choice if Mom said so. It's $1,500. She doesn't even work, and I can't believe she's spent that much. And why didn't you tell me that you went to a French restaurant with her and John? Oh, I forgot. She treated me since I quit my job. She is so rude. Why don't you say anything to her? She's your mother. I'm the one who gets told off. You know how hard she treats me, how much she punishes me around. Well, yes. Your wife is having a hard time and you never tell her. When I heard she was throwing away my meals, I was speechless. I'm sure she didn't mean to. Mom says no and I can't help it. She's getting old and you'll be safe as long as you listen to her and don't make a big deal out of it. I do my job. I do the housework. I'm tired, but I'm still trying my best to take care of the house. She tells me I'm incompetent even though I do my best. Your mother treats me like a slave. That's an exaggeration. Mom is just a little bit, well, outspoken. I don't even have my husband on my side. I don't know if I can take it anymore. I'm hurt. Don't say that. Just hang in there. Enough. It's not worth talking to you. Isabel, did you transfer the $1,500? I didn't. I clearly told you that I can't, so you have to do something about it yourself. You are so stubborn, aren't you? What do you think you are doing after I told you so clearly yesterday that even you, an incompetent person, could understand? Just by transferring $1,500, I will forgive you for your selfish behavior up to now. $1,500 is a lot of money and not for a necessary expense, but for a luxury expense. I can't pay it. Aren't you the one who is acting selfishly? That's quite a thing to say, isn't it? You really are a useless wife. You got some nerve to go against me. Don't you understand? As I have told you many times, my orders are absolute. Yesterday, I told Sean that you demanded the payment of $1,500. He told me too. I heard that you said I treat you like a slave. Even though you were incompetent, were you aware that you were a slave? That made me laugh. But a slave means absolute obedience. You are not conscious enough to be a slave if you resist me. I don't like that kind of treatment. I am not your slave. He even told that to you? I can't believe it. Of course, he's my precious son. He's a good boy who listens to everything his mother says. Of course, John too. They are the sons who never hide anything from me because of the way I raise them. My sons are perfect, unlike some incompetent trash wife who can't even be a slave. I'm sorry for making meals for the whole week at once, but as you know, I'm working. When I married him, both of you and he agreed to it. Even if I could forgive you for making the food for the whole week, I didn't think you were this incompetent wife who wouldn't even listen to her mother-in-law. He was completely fooled, and so am I. I guess I'll have to ask for a divorce. What? Why would you do that? You are a woman, but you work in the transportation business, and you are a wife, but you can't even listen to your mother-in-law's orders. You are so pathetic. I feel sorry for my son. I'll tell him to leave this trash right away. He's too good for you. He's going to get a well-class, good-natured wife who is kind to me. If you asked him to get divorced, would he listen to you right away? We love each other, you know. You're an idiot. I'm sure he wants to get divorced too. He said he doesn't want a strong-willed wife like you who would disobey his mother. Oh no, I've lost hope to both of you. Say whatever you want. A trashy wife like you will never get married, work for a transportation company for the rest of your life. I'll have him write the divorce papers as soon as possible, so you better respond. Yes, ma'am. Well then, I don't even want to see your face, so I want you to pack up your things and leave today. Don't ever step into our house again. It's like the air is polluted when you're in my house. I understand. I will never have anything to do with you and your family again. Hey, Isabel, what is going on? Can you explain? Is it true that Sean was fired from the company? What is it? It seems like you're really in a panic. We are divorced, so I am a stranger to you. But well, let me tell you, it's true. You didn't know? That can't be true, because he said he left that company to change jobs. I heard that he was negligent and absent without permission, and turned on his boss who warned him about it. It seems that kind of repeated attitude went too far. That's right. He's being sued in civil court by a woman who seems to be the victim. He actually did that? He never said a word about it to me. Oh no. Isabel, I want you to get back with him and pay the settlement. You still have feelings for him, don't you? I can't take care of him because John's going to make a lot of money. I don't want a son who did such a shameful thing. Is Sean the only one you don't want? You don't know anything. From what I've heard, he also did sexual harassment to female colleagues at the company, and that's probably one of the reasons. Huh? It seems he caused an accident because of DUI while on duty and were fired from his previous transportation company. He hid the fact and didn't report it to the company that offered him the job, even though his license was suspended. It's outrageous that he would mispresent his employment status, and even more outrageous that he would DUI while on duty. That's not true. A serious John would never do such a thing. If you don't believe me, why don't you ask himself? I mean, I'm not sure when you will be able to talk to him. I don't think he will be at your house. What do you mean? I heard that Shooting Star Transportation reported for false declaration and concealment. He is accompanied by the police on suspicion of fraud and is now in custody at the police station. What? What do you mean? That can't be. He's not at home and he's not answering the phone. Isabel, who are you? Are you stalking him? How do you know his history? Stalking? No way, he's not even worth it. Actually, it's because I'm the president of Shooting Star Transportation. Huh? What? I was at an important business meeting when he was having an interview for the job, so I didn't notice because I didn't see him. That's a lie. An incompetent person like you can't possibly be the president. I won't allow you to try to trick me. I will sue you. If you don't trust me, why don't you see your website? Even John should have at least check the president of the company he went to interview with. It is listed at the top of the page with my real name and photo. Well, I'm a professional myself, so I wouldn't have hired someone like him anyway. Oh, it is true. What a surprise. Do you understand now? Thank you for being so surprised that you lost your words. He also applied for the job without knowing that I am the president of Shooting Star Transportation. I inspected his license number and found out that his license was suspended. I checked with his former employer and found out that he had an accident due to DUI while on duty. Furthermore, they told me that he had damaged the company truck, was fired, and had been ordered to pay compensation. I do not believe it. I won't believe it. It's a lie. It has to be a lie. I don't believe that my great boy was fired for DUI. Do you know DUI is a criminal offense, regardless how many times he has done it? Did he have any money? Where did he get the money to pay the fine? Huh? The fine? He needed $10,000 to get into a company, so I borrowed it from payday loan. Don't tell me he used that money to pay for the DUI fine. It seems I was right. What is going to happen to John? Because of the fraud, will he be put into jail? If he gets a criminal record, it will be hard for him to get another job. Oh no, Sean is also being sued and even John is being arrested. Those brothers are shit. They are doing the same thing. I'm so glad I got divorced before I got involved. Thank you. Hey, Isabel, you're the president of Shooting Stars, right? You have power, right? Since we once had a relationship, could you get John hired and keep quiet about the violations and suspensions? You must make a lot of money if you're the president, right? You can cover the necessary expenses for me and my 2 sons. No, think about it. It was me, the president, who made the decision to turn him down, right? There is no way I would hire him. I cannot live forever with a devilish mother-in-law who treats me like a slave and mommy boy sons who cannot support their wives. Let's start over, please. Don't say it like that. I'll be nice to you and I won't call you incompetent. If the president of Shooting Star Transportation is a relative of mine, I'd be proud of myself. I'm sorry, but I politely decline. You were proud of your sons, weren't you? Do your best to clean up your scum brother's mess. I have nothing to do with this. Goodbye. Please don't contact me again. I'm busy. Oh no, wait a minute. Isabel, help us. John, who had his job offer turned down, was charged with fraud for filing a false report to Shooting Star Transportation. He was also found to have been driving without a license during the period of suspension. My ex-husband settled with the victim of sexual harassment and fortunately the lawsuit was discharged. The settlement was $10,000. He had no such savings. He cried out to his mother for help and she started to borrow money from payday loan. She was forced to repay about $20,000 in debts and pay off a truck worth few $1,000s. Isabel and Sean moved to a public housing and are living while working and paying back the tremendous amount of money. On the other hand, my recent situation is that Shooting Star Transportation is a company where a lot of women work, and the fine service we provide has become famous and it has even been featured in a magazine. As a female president, I am also working hard to make the company bigger and bigger by doing my best. Of course, I am also improving myself and looking for a new love.
Hello there. Sorry for the sudden contact. Are you Frank's wife? Yes, I am. Who is this? Actually, I'm dating your husband. My name is Amber. Seriously, I don't understand what you're trying to say. Didn't Frank tell you? I told him to talk to you properly. Honestly speaking, I haven't heard anything from him. Are you saying that my husband is having an affair with you? I don't think it's an affair anyway. Why do you think so? Because Frank and I really love each other, so it's definitely not an affair. But in the eyes of the general public, it may be seen as some sort of cheating. I'm sorry about that. Well, what do you want from me then? I have nothing to say to you. By the way, are you aware how risky it is for you to contact me like this? Of course I do, but I still had to contact you since you're Frank's current wife. Current wife, huh? Sorry, but I'm confused about a lot of things and there are still some things I haven't caught up on. First, how did you find out about my contact information? Of course I looked at Frank's phone, memorized his ID and searched for it. I did it while he was sleeping. I don't think you should have done that. I mean, you just used his phone without permission, and you contacted me recklessly. Anyway, we're prepared to pay you the full amount of the alimony. I can see that you're very well prepared. Excuse me for asking this question, but do you have a job? I'm a receptionist at the company Frank works for. I have some savings. I see. By the way, how much are you planning to pay for the alimony? About $2,000. I think that's more than enough, right? I think you need to revise the amount. What? Are you telling me that you only need less than that? Of course not. I wonder why you don't understand about the correct amount for alimony. But I can see that you're not sorry for what you've done at all. So you mean that the amount is $20,000? Yes, that's right. It depends on the case anyway. That much? That's too much. I have a 2-year-old daughter. Your affair with my husband will hurt her feelings badly too. You have to take into consideration as well. I know you have a young child, but we have a child here too. Are you kidding me? I can't believe that. You know what? I'm pregnant and it's Frank's child. Really? Yes, I'm 4 months pregnant. Oh my God, I can't believe Frank made you pregnant. I want to give birth to this child and build a happy family with Frank. So please, Julia, please divorce Frank, so I can get married to him. I haven't heard anything from Frank himself. Besides, I have a child to take care of, so I need to check first. Can you give me time to talk with Frank? Of course. I'm sure that he will divorce you. As for the alimony, I would appreciate it if you could give me a small discount. It costs a lot of money to have a baby. That sounds very selfish. I will consult with a legal expert and determine the amount. You must divorce Frank as soon as possible, before this baby is born. Either way, I don't think it will take that much time, so please don't worry. Now, if you'll excuse me. I had a hunch that Frank was having an affair, but I had no idea that he was having a child. I was still in a daze about how to tell him and greeted him when he came home. When he came home and tried to touch my daughter, I felt a surge of disgust. I realized that I've had enough, so I started discussing about divorce. Hello, Amber. Sorry for the delay. Finally, you contacted me. I've been waiting for you. Sorry to keep you waiting. It took a long time. I finally finished the divorce proceedings with Frank. Really? I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Anyway, have you heard anything from Frank yet? I've only met him at work since then, so I haven't heard anything from him. Well, I asked Frank to pay alimony and child support in one lump sum. I've hired a lawyer to complete all the procedures. We are now preparing to file a claim for alimony against you. I can't believe you don't know something as important as this. You're still going to ask for alimony? You were prepared for this, weren't you? Of course, I saved up the money so that me and Frank can build a happy family together. I will send the amount to you again by a certified mail. Please follow the instructions and make your payment. By the way, how much is it? Approximately $30,000. What? That's too much. Can you at least make it less? I'm going to have a baby now, and I'm sure I'm going to need a lot of things. You have a child yourself, so you understand that, don't you? Of course, I understand that a child costs money, but that's not a different case. I'm not going to give you any discount for alimony. I have a young child. My husband cheated on me, and we're getting divorced. You have robbed the mother and her daughter of their happiness. Please understand that and remorse on what you've done. I understand. I have Frank to support the household income anyway. I think I can manage, so I will pay you the alimony. It must be hard for you now that Frank is no longer your breadwinner, huh? Yes, it is hard. Thank you for your concern. I'm sorry I stole Frank away from you. Why did you go out with him if you knew that he was a married man? You knew the consequences, didn't you? Because I fell in love with him and wanted to be in a serious relationship. Frank said that his wife isn't pretty. He said it over and over again that he'd rather have me since I'm young and pretty. I can't just abandon him, can I? Oh, I see. Julia, you're busy taking care of your child that you got distracted and abandoned your responsibility to take care of yourself as a woman. That's why Frank dumped you. I think it can't be helped. What do you mean? I think you should reconsider that before you find the next person you want to have a date with. Thank you for your advice. My pleasure. The key to happiness is for a woman to always be pretty. I think it would be good for you to keep that in mind. I've never met you, but I'm sure you must be very pretty. Well, I'm a receptionist who works for a major company. I'm sure that I was hired because of my beauty. I see, you must be Frank's favorite type of woman. Do you think so? Frank has been in love with me from the beginning. I'm so happy to think that I'm destined to be loved by him from now on. I hope that your happiness will last for a long time. Julia, thank you so much for divorcing Frank. I hope you'll live a happy life too. Thank you. That's very nice of you. At this time, I was sure that Amber really thought she could be happy. I told my lawyer to request alimony from Julia. She agreed to pay in installments as a lump sum is indeed difficult. 2 weeks after the first payment, she learned the truth about Frank. Julia, what on earth is going on? Please contact me now. Please. Amber, what's wrong? Don't pretend that you don't know anything about this. Why doesn't Frank come to me? I don't know, okay, but he already left the house. I thought he went to your place. Please don't lie to me. I know you divorced Frank in order to get a high alimony payment from me. You lied and stayed with him, didn't you? This is a fraud. Are you regretting it now? Please let Frank go as soon as possible. What are you talking about? Frank has moved out of the house. My daughter and I have already moved out too. I don't even know where he is. When he left, Frank said he's going to be with someone he really loves. Didn't he go to your place? I don't even know what happened to him after he left home. Not only did he not come, but I can't talk to him when I see him at work, and I can't contact him. What should I do? Well, looks like the woman Frank loves is not you. What a pity. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Please explain. It's Frank's fault for not informing you properly, isn't it? Actually, he's having affairs with 3 women, including you. You really didn't know about that? Seriously? You mean he's having affairs with several women at a time? It's unbelievable, isn't it? From the beginning, I had a feeling that he was cheating on me. When I got a call from you and questioned him, he came up with names other than you. When I asked him more, he told me that he was having an affair with 3 other women, including you. Can you believe that? He's such a jerk. I don't think I can do the same thing. Of course, I won't do anything that will hurt others' feelings. Are you really sure about that? Do you think he went to other women's place? But he told me that he loves me. I'm pregnant with this child. I know. Did you tell him about that? I did. I just said it on the phone. I'm sure he ran away from you. He's a coward. That sucks. If I pay you the alimony, I'll be penniless. What should I do? You promised me to pay the alimony. You also agreed to the amount. You should be thankful that I'm letting you pay in installments. It's none of my business. How are you going to get the money from? What are you talking about? I don't think I should be thankful to you. Let me say it again. I have nothing to do with Frank anymore. From now on, please get in touch with him by yourself. I tried, but he didn't answer my calls. Can you contact him for me? I'm sure he'll listen to you. Please help me. Why should I cooperate with an unfaithful husband who caused my divorce? That's a complete nonsense. But Frank went for another woman. It's not just my fault, don't you think so? Stop talking nonsense. It's your fault too. I'm not saying that I hate you, but I won't cooperate with you even if the world turned upside down. I've suffered enough myself. I have no time to deal with your joke. Please don't say that. If Frank leaves me, how am I supposed to live from now on? No matter what it takes, why don't you just get Frank to admit that he's the father of your child? But he won't contact me. That's why I'm asking you a favor. I don't know what's going on with you guys, but I'm not Frank's wife anymore. I don't want to get involved. You won't help me? I won't be able to pay the alimony if you don't help me. If that happens, you'll be in trouble too, right? Don't worry, I'll do whatever it takes to get my alimony paid. I'll never let you run away from paying the alimony. Please, if I don't do help me, I'll really be all by myself. That's impossible. Julia, we love the same man, right? I regret it so much now, but I don't even want to be reminded of it. Please don't say that. I thought me and Frank were about to get married and have a baby. I quit my job too. So please, at least you must cancel the alimony. I beg you. I can't pay that much by myself. Please transfer the fee to the specified account and the specified amount on the specified date. A promise is a promise. I'm sorry that I'm not a kind person. Oh no! I apologize from the bottom of my heart for having an affair with your husband. Please forgive me. That's not the way to say it. You haven't apologized from the bottom of your heart before, have you? That's not true. I apologize from the bottom of my heart even more than before. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm a victim too, so please reconsider about the amount of alimony. There's no way I'm gonna do that. Please just pay the alimony since I appreciate it more sincerely than your apology. I don't have any money. Please, at least tell Frank somehow. He said that he would come to me. I can't even give birth to his baby at this point. Frank has nothing to do with me anymore. I have no obligation to take care of you that much. Well, I'd be better off now. I wish you a long and happy life. I can't live a happy life in this state. Julia, please. That's because you were having an affair with Frank. I sincerely hope that from now on you won't make the same mistake ever again. Goodbye. In the end, Amber got so desperate that she told everything out loud at the office. She and Frank were both called in by the HR. It seems that all the other women with whom Frank was having an affair were in different departments in the company. Frank is now in a sticky situation. Well, he got what he deserved anyway. I'm going to check with the other partners to see if they knew that I was married to Frank. I'm consulting with a lawyer to see if I should file a claim for alimony. Frank seems to end up together with Amber, who is pregnant with this child. I hope the two of them will do their best from now on.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!